All right, so you heard the update. Stephen Curry petitioned to try to come back into the basketball game. So that's great news for the Golden State Warriors before they head out on the road for 6 games. That's starting Saturday in Atlanta. But let's go ahead and check out the play that happened late in the third quarter. It looked like, flash it back first. Let's flash it back 2021 out in Houston. We all remember this one. COVID season, no fans in the crane. And he missed 5 after this. 5 games he missed after this tailbone injury. Now, Stephen Curry went on a crazy heater after this. He had a stretch where he averaged 37, 38 points per game. To remember that play right there in Houston back in 2021. Ouch.
Yeah. That just looks painful. And by the way, tonight's fall seemed like the similar area.
Right.
So it makes sense, even though Steph wanted to come back in, you get that MRI and make sure there's nothing there potentially long term.
As we're watching that, I feel like I can feel that pain right on the edge of the.
And then tonight you could hear it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not a good thing, but it's a good sign that he was still wanting to come back into the game. It means that he still felt good, and so that's you hope that when the MRIs and everything, all the tests are done, that he's okay.
And he didn't get the foul call, which is crazy. What are you going to do?
Playoffs, huh?
Physical. Guess you can call it that. All right, more coming up here. I'll tell you on the Warriors post game live.
Who is it?
I'm not sure who it is tonight. Let's check it out. Draymond Green with the basketball.
Oh,
Pirtle.
Open the lane. Okay, Day, get up, Bird.
Great screen by Stephen Curry.
Okay. That's 2 games in a row now where we see Draymond just take off on people.
That is insane.
Look at Pirtle.
This is a re-energizer.
I couldn't stop looking at that either, Bully. Great effort, Jakob Pirtle. Draymond Green is undefeated in his regular season career when he leads the team to scoring.
Thing now, so we left Buddy alone. Now we're on
Stat
Draymond.
Mamba. This is Stat Mamba.
So we're not doing the Buddy 18 points anymore?
We'll bring that up when he scores 18.
The stat that sticks out to me tonight is when they're leading after 3 quarters.
37-4 now.
Big shot by Buddy.
1 point.
1
Going
point.
to the third.
Ended the third quarter with an 8-0 run to get that 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
And now what's the record after lead after 3?
37-4.
That's crazy.
Isn't like there's also the first quarter where Jimmy made
First
the
quarter
play at the
stat,
end of the first and at the end of the third? Okay, fine. I can't keep up. But
too many stats, right, Fezzi Phil?
Yes.
All right, let's just toss it inside to Chase Center to Draymond Green.
You seen or talked to Steph?
Neither.
How scary is that moment when he goes down like that?
Very. He hit that ground hard. You can hear it. It's crazy. Obviously, a very scary moment for us, for him. Hopefully, he's good.
What was the key to closing it out?
We just had to get stops. We got a couple stops down the stretch that we needed to get. Jimmy huge block down the stretch. Pissed I didn't come up with that steal. But, yeah, we just needed to get stops down the stretch. We did a great job of scoring all night. We scored 117 points. But we was able to get the stops we needed down the stretch.
Draymond, when Steph goes down like he did tonight, you obviously probably thought he wasn't coming back, and he didn't come back. Does the mentality shift in terms of, okay, what your message to the other guys? Not obviously you and Jimmy know what to do, but the other guys, do you change anything with those guys?
The mentality is just, on Steph's side of the game, it is vitally important that we get stops. And so you just kind of, emphasize that, and, guys stepped up to the challenge. The offense is never going to be as smooth when he's not out there. Jimmy's done a great job of last 2 games of just taking over the game and getting us great looks. But it looks different when Steph isn't out there. So got to make sure you pick it up on the defensive end, and I think we did a pretty good job of that.
Whether he misses 1 game or several games, is that still the same message pretty much? Take care of the ball and defend?
100%. The margin for errors goes way down when he's not out there. We got to understand that and act accordingly.
Dre, you guys have played a lot of teams where people will look at the record and say you should blow them out, should be a comfortable win. Are you disappointed when that doesn't happen, or do you like the idea of having a battle even against lesser opponents?
You always want to get the win convincingly. But in saying that, we're the Golden State Warriors that's dominated this league for the last 10 years. Everybody's going to have their best game. You got guys in the league now that has watched this team growing up for years, and they are ecstatic when they're on the floor playing against us. And so You look at Jameson Battle tonight. Like, he had it going. Probably best game of his NBA career. You see a lot of that when you're us. Everybody, the coach always come in, he talk about the expected field goal percentage. Man, they'd be like, yo, they were expected to shoot 44%. They shot 52% and 54%. Like, that's because guys come in and they play out of their minds when they play against us. And it's just always been a thing. So, you have to adjust to that and just find a way to get it done.
Come on, Fezzy Phil. Go ahead. Time to look at the wild Western Conference standings. Yeah! There it is right there as the Warriors improved to 41-29. Look at the 9 spot. I don't think we're going to hear from Kyle Draper or Deuce and Mo. The Kings lose to the Bulls tonight on the back end of a back-to-back at home. They dropped to 35-34. The Clippers still a game behind the Warriors in the loss column. The Dubs 2 games behind the Grizzlies for the 5th spot. They'll play Memphis in early April. Lakers are just rolling right now, 43-26, tied with Denver for the 3rd spot in the Western Conference. Then the Rockets, they've won 8 consecutive games. Imo Udoka's boys will not lay down. They're playing some good ball right now out west, but the Warriors just knees are critical. If Stephen Curry misses some games here, you can't look back and lose games as Fezzy Phil.
Yeah, my horse is galloping right now. We're in the Wild Wild West. 9-1 the last 10 games the Warriors are. But if you look behind the Warriors, the Clippers right now are playing well. The Minnesota Timberwolves, same thing. Clippers look healthy. Kawhi Leonard being back in the lineup, he was dominant in the last game. I think how many threes did he have? 5 threes?
5 threes.
I mean, he's doing that. He looks like his base is coming back. That's the thing that you're scared of with Kawhi Leonard because he's a big shot taker, big shot maker. Also defensively had 4 steals. Those are the things that you watch. They're also a big team. Zubac has been playing incredible for the Clippers. Minnesota. That's another team with Anthony Edwards. They're playing, I think the last 10 games, they're 7-3. So
they lost 2 straight to Indiana and New Orleans, so
yes,
slipping up a little bit.
So these are things that you got to watch out for. For the Warriors, you got to figure out how to continue to stack wins because those teams are right behind you on your tail.
Yeah, so Bonte, you always look at the loss column. The Warriors at 29, Clippers at 30, and Minnesota 31. So the loss column, the Warriors are doing really well. You don't really want to look up or down. You want to keep stacking wins. And I think tonight was a nice example that, you don't have your A-game offensively. You gut it out, make key defensive stops. You knock down 19 threes. You get 30 assists. So they found a way to win. And I thought tonight, too, preparing for the playoffs, a lot of teams are going to try and shut down Steph Curry exclusively and really test these other players, Draymond, Podziemski, Moody. Are they going to be able to step up all night long, not just in the first half? They made enough plays tonight. And I thought defensively they could do a bit better job on some of these plays because tonight they did shoot 56% from the field and 42% from 3, but they gutted out a win.
And it's a good sign that Stephen Curry wanted to come back into this game and try to gut it out there, but the Warriors told him no. So that means hopefully he's not missing a lot of time because you can't afford to lose any games and lose ground in the Western Conference. It's a wild, wild race, no doubt about that. Coming up next here on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live, we have some highlights to show everybody.
What was your vantage point when Steph fell? Did you hear it?
I think we all heard it. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody go down like that, but especially a guy like Steph who brings so much to our squad. Just going to have to be the next man up mentality if he's out Saturday. Going to have to deal with it. It is what it is. Like I said, you don't want to see anybody go down like that.
And then what do you think of the way you guys were able to respond afterwards?
Yeah, I think we just ramped it up a little bit. We're able to kind of fight back and hold the lead there in the fourth quarter. Obviously, they made it close towards the end. But we really, locked in on defense end, only gave up 22 points. And the previous 3 quarters, they had 30-plus. So just locking in on that end.
The second game back for you, how do you feel?
Close to 100%. Like I said last game, everything you do on a basketball court goes through your back. So just having that trust factor. I know physically I'm 100%, but the mental hurdle of feeling like you can move how you want to move, I'm still getting there. So hopefully good session tomorrow. And on Saturday, I'm kind of back to, trusting it 100%.
All right, good news for the Warriors. They're positive 7-14 from 3 in his last 2 games. Highlight Zone presented by Mancini Sleep World. Don't forget, it's Sleep Awareness Month for everybody out there. Go get 50% off your pillows this Saturday at Mancini Sleep World as Draymond Green had a 3-point party in the first half, Lily.
Absolutely taking advantage of Toronto's defense, laying off him, shoot with confidence. going to be important moving forward. Draymond maintains his aggressiveness offensively.
I just feel bad that we keep saying the sleep awareness month, but we haven't had a night this month yet.
Really?
Save it for the playoffs.
This sleep awareness month.
No, we did have a night. We did have a night.
Yeah.
Did we have one against the Knicks?
While,
Saturday against the Knicks.
Hey,
6 days ago, Fezzi.
Instead of counting 9 nights, get 8 hours of sleep one night, will you please? Come on, man.
6 days ago, Fezzi, Draymond pulled the night, which
Dude,
Moses
2
Moody called
games
it a
ago,
nightmare.
your segment from pregame was night. What are you talking about?
We talked 10 minutes about night in our pregame set. Jonathan Kuminga right there. That was play number 2, of course. And then
there we
Jimmy
go.
Butler to seal
defense.
Big
defense.
Yeah.
My eardrums just got blown out.
The sarcasm right here in my ear, man.
That was great defense. They played great defense in the fourth quarter.
Opportunistic stops. Take that.
He just said good defense.
Take him to the woodshed. Get out of here. Let's go, JB.
Big block shot. Great defensive play by Draymond down the stretch. Moses Moody with a block shot as well. So, yes, defense helped win them the game, although offensively it scored 67 in the first half. I just wanted to see Fezzi do that.
19 made threes.
What another night.
We
had night 6 days ago.
It's been a while, man.
That's connecting offense and defense.
I feel like we got to a point where we're getting night on a nightly basis.
Brendan Pajinski mentioned that he almost pulled it out Tuesday night against Milwaukee.
Now, let's get to the playoffs first.
He did.
Let's get to the playoffs.
I know, but okay.
He had 2 threes. They finished the game on an 8-0 run.
I know, but you're supposed to put them to bed. You got to be up by 15. That's what a night is.
Well, they beat the Knicks by 3. They pulled out a night.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from QB Quinn.
Extenuating circumstances.
Hey, when you are a 7-footer, true 7-footer who can shoot 3-pointers, how do you project where your career can go with this kind of skill set?
Sorry, one more time. How do you
project as a 7-footer with this kind of 3-point shot? Where do you hope your career can go?
Oh, I mean, I just hope to, stay in the league for a long time. I hope to stay with the Warriors for a really long time. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just modern basketball. Everybody has to be able to do a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of success with shooting the 3-ball, so whatever it takes to win, I'm all for it.
Quentin, can you speak about just getting so many open shots? I think you had 10 attempts tonight from beyond the arc. I mean, what is that like? Are you expecting to just fire each time you're out there?
Yeah, basically. I mean, we have some guys that really, draw a lot of attention. I think especially with, when I'm out there with Jimmy, he just draws a lot of attention, like I said, and that just opens up shots. And like I said before, I feel like I'm doing the team a disservice when I don't take open shots, right? Because I'm trying to create gravity for these other guys. So that's kind of how I look at it. And then when they go in, that's a bonus.
How do you guys feel going 6-1 on this homestand? That is.
Should have been 7-0, to be honest. Right now, we just go into every game expecting to win. The Denver game was, I wouldn't say a fluke because we did it to ourselves. We played a really bad game all around the board, but we bounced back. Tonight was a really scrappy team. We kind of went into it knowing that it was going to be a game like this. They played really hard. They made it really hard on us to get stops, and but we stayed poised and we got the W.
Jimmy was shooting free throws in the third quarter. You're pumping up the crowd. The crowd responds. It roars. What does that feel like for you?
Awesome. I mean, Steph had just gone down, our leader, the heart and soul of this organization. And, it kind of felt like we were in the mud and we were wrestling with these guys. And at that point, we just needed some type of juice. And, at that point, I just kind of asked the crowd, step in for us, help us a little bit. And we have the best fans in the world. And they responded. And then after that, we took care of the rest and win it in the fourth quarter.
How much fun?
Time now for our Toyota drive ahead, and the Warriors will hit the road for 6 games. If you check out the 2-week calendar,
look at all that space in between Miami, Bonte.
Hey, 6 games, but 5 nights in Miami. Do the math on that one.
I can't do the math on it. They don't want to go to New Orleans?
Are you sure you don't want to do the show from Miami?
I would love to do the show from Miami. I could use the beach of my life. Nice little sunshine.
We have good ratings.
Live from Turks and Caicos.
I wouldn't mind going to visit Grant Liffman and the Hawks. Grand Memphis Hawks and some lemon pepper lose.
Wow. Okay. Well,
that'd be great.
Fezzi meets you in Miami.
Well, the story of the game.
Lose, you know what?
I feel like we're forgetting the story of the game is Jimmy Butler going back to Miami, where he just came from a few games ago.
We're not forgetting. We know we're going to be all over that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be a good thing. I mean, if you need something to be inspired by, that's one of them. In addition to the 5 nights in Miami.
Fezzi wants to go so bad, man. He wants to work the sideline so bad here,
I want to do my job properly. I feel like you can only cover it from the sidelines.
I think you should do a sit down with Jimmy Butler at Big Face Coffee in Miami. How about that?
Little Havana, maybe.
Let's talk to the NBC higher-ups about this.
Yeah, I would love to do a show, too. Will he ready to travel?
No, I'm staying home.
All right.
But I'll be on my cell phone if you need me.
Stephen Curry, who knows if he's going to miss any action here. So you have to survive and navigate here. The Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament. Obviously, Trae Young, Dyson Daniels playing very well, a very good defender. And then you go down to Miami, go visit our old friend Andrew Wiggins as well. So it's going to be very imperative to see how long Stephen Curry may be out and how you can navigate this schedule without Steph.
Well, without Steph, you're missing one of your biggest offensive weapons. But the good thing is the Warriors have found ways to win with their defense, so you just got to keep sharpening that.
Been very solid defensively. One thing consistent since Jimmy Butler's been here, getting to the free throw line, controlling those half-court possessions, getting a shot on goal every time, which helps your transition defense. And they've been doing a really good job of winning points off turnovers. Now, recently they've had more turnovers, but they haven't gotten hurt with the points off turnovers. Tonight they were plus 12, 30-18, and they made 19 threes, made clutch free throws. Continue to do that, stack wins, because this West is really tight.
And how about this 6-1 homestand, huh? They would have taken that before the homestand. So the Warriors go 6-1. They've won 9 of their last 10. They're a season high, 12 games over 500. They'll hit the road for 6, but they'll go anywhere. Dubs Talk Live is next.